playing on the Lakers, winning a championship with those two Laker teams, playing against Golden State, losing in the finals, beating them in the finals. Where does those Laker teams stack up against the Cleveland Cavaliers championship team, the Golden State Warriors championship team with KD? You probably the best person to give some insight because you played on the Lakers and won a championship with them.
Man, I just don't see nobody like beating the Lakers team. Like I said, when they got KD, I got to go back and reassess. It just the what I'm just saying the biggest factor like is Shaq.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like, Shaq was just. I mean, no, I'm saying you can't stop him. Like you can't guard him. You know what I mean? And you had God rest in peace. One of my guys, Mutombo, like I said, defensive player of the year. Shaq averaged 36, whatever, and 14 that series or something. But like, I mean, it just wasn't no answer for Shaq. Like, okay, say, you double team Kobe or Kobe had a rough night, whatever. There's no answer for Shaq. And you can foul him. But now you got three centers playing the game. So now your third and fourth string center are playing against Shaq because everybody else got fouled out or in foul trouble. And now you're in the bonus with, 6 minutes to go in every quarter. Like I just don't see an answer for Shaq. And that's what people don't talk about and understand is his dominance was unmatched.
I agree. And then you get that backup center, the third string center. They ain't shot blockers. They not, you know what I mean? They may be a little different, so it just kind of softened up the defense. But I always say it's I pull favoritism to our era just because of you got Shaq. Shaq was just a dominant player. Kobe was super dominant, but then all of the other players on the team were high skilled, cerebral basketball players that could play basketball, that love to play basketball, that can make adjustments on their own. You know what I mean? As opposed to, a lot of the modern day basketball is more so adjustments from a coaching standpoint. The coaches have to make the adjustments because I think the players are young, right? And so there's a gap of veterans to young guys, and there's a learning curve that feels like that's why y'all got so many damn coaches over there on the sidelines to try and help. Is that the case?
I mean, it's a lot of player development going on, and so I do think, like I said, these player development groups that you put together, you see on every team, I think it's very important because you got guys coming in 19, 20, 21, and don't really know how to play the game, So like our guy, we got Sean Fine, he's amazing. Like, he's him and, Dante Jones and, Jeremy Castle, Cookie, Bo, Connor, all the guys, they put in work every day, like Chris Hogan. And you see it paying off, like, just with our young guy, Kai Jones, like he's got better and better and better. Like, so it's important. So I think when you're drafting these young guys, you got to have guys that is willing to be in the gym, do the, the hard grinding work every single day, and then, mold and get these players to where they want to be. And so I think it is very important.
I just want to say something about
I don't even want to talk about the
this
championship.
Lakers this Lakers thing.
He couldn't wait to get
I gotta say something about that. I mean, I just gotta say something about that. I find it interesting because it's a very interesting one. I'll tell you why it's very interesting. Because quite honestly, Shaquille O'Neal is my favorite player of all time. So it's a little challenging for me to be like, yeah, somebody gonna stop Shaq because it's very hypocritical to my childhood beliefs and like what I like how I actually feel. So it's very hypocritical of me to say that. And quite honestly, I don't think any of us could have stopped Shaq. Just like no one else in Shaq's era could stop Shaq. I just don't think that was happening. But I do think we then posed some challenges on the other side for Shaq that you just can't stand in the paint against us, big fella. Like, and I am the biggest Shaq fan you're gonna find, but you can't just stand in the paint against us. Like, we're gonna exploit that. And so, what y'all gonna do defensively? And then also depends on the time that we playing because, when y'all were playing, that couldn't play zone in the NBA. Then obviously now you can play some zone, but you couldn't play zone then. You know what I'm saying? So that also changes it to where we can really get at Shaq. But in saying that, no, I think I don't really have much of an argument. Just on the sake of it being
Ooh.
Shaq. So I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Okay.
Just on the sake of it being the big diesel. Because you're right, though. Ain't nobody stopping Shaq. And it actually pisses me off, man, when people don't try to give Shaq the credit that he deserves. Like, and like, don't talk about Shaq in the light that Shaq is. Like, it's the most dominant player we've ever seen.
No, ever.
Hey, here he is right here, Beanie. Hey, hey.
What's that?
Say that.
Oh, D. Jones.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, no. Hey,
What's up, y'all?
hey,
What you doing with that ball?
hey. That is one of the biggest hacks in summer basketball history. Hey, T-Lou, remember how mad we used to get at Dante dude for playing and following people in the gym? Hey, Draymond, you seen nothing like this, bro. You seen nothing like this. You shoot.
I appreciate you.
He standing. See, there you go.
I appreciate you. That made my heart warm. Like if you ain't, all defenders are hacks. That man on the other side of the camera's a hack. Draymond, one of the biggest hacks of all time.
That's crazy. I don't even foul that much. The referees just don't like it.
Thank you. God bless you, King.
He in here working out Chris Dunn. Out here.
Okay.
Another hack.
Another hack. Chris definitely a hack.
Teach him your ways, Dante. Teach him your ways.
He's definitely a hack.
I'm sorry. What happened? What was going on?
Nah, so yeah, I'll give y'all that. Although I don't think y'all team was as good as ours, but in a matchup, nobody's stopping Shaq. But I'll tell you what, you got to come out that paint, big fella, and you might just be looking crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, talent wise, but like when you got the two best players in the world on the same team, like I said, it just is. I'm saying, like, okay, only team I saw even do a halfway decent job on Shaq, like I said, was San Antonio. Like, the front and back with David Robinson and Tim Duncan, but still, he still averaged 27, 28. You know what I'm saying? But like, it just him and Cole, man, together. Like that,
And Shaq could move. Move. He wasn't no stiff.
He wasn't a stiff, he wasn't a stiff, but he wasn't moving like Shaq had been moving.
What years?
Shaq started getting them later years in LA. He wasn't moving like that no more, man. Shaq started getting heavy. Shaq started rehabbing on company time.
No.
Shaq wasn't moving like that no more.
That's what he do.
You think about the 3 stops after that when he went to Miami, Cleveland.
Well, of course he was. He was completely done moving in Miami.
Miami, year 1 he was straight. Year 2 is when
we gotta stop. I gotta stop. This is gonna come off like I'm hating off Shaq, and that'll break my heart. So we gotta stop.
No, you're not. I'm saying, like, you got the Phoenix, Cleveland, and Boston. You know what I'm saying? With the Lakers, he was still.
Of course, he was still dominant. But again, coming to move them puppies on the wing with KD and Steph and putting them in pin downs with Klay. He wasn't moving like that. He's not doing
none of that.
He wasn't moving like that. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta have guys that's gonna get through the screens for sure.
Yeah, Kobe will chase over a screen. Let's see. T. Lue getting nailed by the screen.
No, I'm getting
T. Lue getting over the screen, man.
That's why Shaq loved playing because he had to come out in the drop. He had to worry about. I'm getting through the screen, so he had to worry about and all that.
I used to hate playing against that dude.
Get Ty Lue in the game because he ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you know what was crazy though? Back in those days. And we were talking about the other day, me and B Shaw, it was an automatic because back in those days, you had a 4 and a 5 on each block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when the ball hit the wing, whether it was a pick and roll or not, you was automatically in an ice stance.
Yes.
Because it's gonna be a big on the block. And that's what made it easier to guard back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can have a 4 on the block, a 5 on the weak side block, cross screen. But when the ball hit the wing, you automatically jump in a no middle stance and sit it down, whether it's pick and roll or not.
Yep.
And so that was crazy. That was real crazy. But it was easy, but it made your life a lot easier for sure.